All right, let's jump right in. We're talking about a condition where the entire battle can be won or lost in just the first 60 minutes. This is a high-stakes deep dive into sepsis, a world where every single second literally matters. I want you to picture this scene because it's the classic, terrifying spiral of sepsis. It starts out looking like something you've seen 100 times, a simple cough, a bit of confusion. And then it feels like in the blink of an eye, it becomes a full-blown crisis. See, this isn't just an infection anymore. We're talking about a full-on system shutdown. So what is actually happening inside the body to cause a crash that fast? Well, it's not the infection itself that's causing the immediate problem. It's something way more chaotic. It's a biological firestorm.
So, what is sepsis really? It's your own body's immune system going completely haywire. It's like a friendly fire incident on a massive scale, where the response itself becomes way more dangerous than the original threat it was trying to fight.
And honestly, this is the best way to think about it. The infection, that's the spider. Yeah, it's a problem, but it's a localized one. The septic response, that's your body deciding the only possible solution is to burn the entire house to the ground. It's a completely destructive and totally disproportionate reaction. Okay, so if this thing is a raging firestorm, how on earth do you spot it before the whole house is engulfed in flames? Well, it all comes down to sounding the alarm and doing it early. Think about it. When you're faced with a patient who might be heading down this exact path, with all the fancy tech and lab tests you have, what's the #1 tool in your arsenal to catch it? It's your gut. Seriously, your clinical intuition. It's that little voice in the back of your head that just says, you know what? Something is not right here. Long before any numbers flash red, it starts with a feeling, a suspicion that things are going sideways. And you have to trust that gut feeling, because sepsis, it's a master of disguise. It doesn't walk in with a giant flashing sign. It's subtle. It's that post-op patient who just feels off. It's the diabetic with some belly pain who just seems a little too sleepy. If they have a possible infection and they just look sick to you, you have to start thinking sepsis. Okay, so you've got that gut feeling, but how do you back it up? You can use a super quick mental checklist called the Q-SOFA score. 1. Is their breathing fast, over 22? 2. Are they confused, not acting like themselves? 3. Is their systolic blood pressure dipping below 100? If you can check off 2 or more of those, well, that's not a gut feeling anymore. That is a massive red flag, and it means you need to act now. All right, alarm bells are ringing. You've identified the enemy. Now it's time to fight back. And we have a playbook for this, a clear, time-sensitive protocol. The first-hour battle plan. First things first, you gotta measure the lactate level. I want you to think of lactate as the body's smoke detector. When your cells aren't getting enough oxygen because the blood flow's failing, they start to suffocate. And when they suffocate, they scream for help by releasing lactate. And here's the magic number you're looking for, anything over 2. A lactate greater than 2 is that smoke detector absolutely blaring. This is the hard data that confirms, yep, we are in shock at the cellular level, things are getting bad, and they're getting bad fast. All right, next up, we need intel. We have to get blood cultures so we can figure out exactly what bug is causing this whole mess. This is our reconnaissance mission. But, and listen, this is so important. It cannot, under any circumstances, delay the next step. Get the samples, get them quick, but don't let it become a bottleneck. Why? Because this right here, this is the main event. This is the fire extinguisher. The infection is the fire, and these antibiotics are what will put it out. And for every single hour you delay, that fire gets bigger, and your patient's chances get smaller. Look, there is zero time to waste here. You just gotta pull the pin on those broad-spectrum antibiotics and put out the fire. It's like carpet bombing the infection now, and you can worry about being a sniper later when the cultures come back. So while the antibiotics are going to war with the infection, you've got another battle to fight, the shock itself. Sepsis basically turns the body's circulatory system into a leaky mess, and the blood pressure just tanks. So we have 2 main moves. First, we try to fill the tank with a big bolus of fluid, and if that's not enough, we have to squeeze the pipes with meds called vasopressors. Let's just break that down for a second. The septic response makes blood vessels get all wide, floppy, and leaky. So our first move is to just pour fluid back into the system to fill it up. But sometimes that's not enough. That's when we start vasopressors to chemically squeeze those vessels tight again. And boom, that moment you start pressors, That is the official definition of septic shock. So, we've got the science, right? We've got the steps, but here's the thing. The most important part of this whole process isn't the protocol itself. It's the person driving it. You know, sepsis is absolutely a team sport, no doubt about it. But in that critical first hour, one person has to see the whole field, call the play, and get things moving. And that person is you. You are the quarterback. Think about it. That whole bundle, the lactate, the cultures, the antibiotics, the fluids, it's just words on a page until you make it happen. It's a checklist, sure, but you are the engine that brings that checklist to life. Your focus, your speed, your urgency to get it done, that's what saves lives.
And that really brings us to the big final question. In the fight against sepsis, what's more powerful? The advanced medicine we have or the relentless ticking of the clock? I think the answer to that question is the key to winning this fight every single time.